On October 29, 2010, Jeremy Lin became the first Chinese American to play in a regular season NBA game.
You know, as much as we like to sit here and say we did everything right to get there, there were so many different things, so many circumstances that were out of our control that had to happen for me to be able to be here. And so, looking back, it's just, we're just very thankful.
The second son of Taiwanese immigrants Ji Ming and Shirley Lin, Jeremy learned how to play basketball from his father, who was a big NBA fan. But not everyone in the family thought it was something he should pursue.
No one else really played basketball besides my family, and so it was kind of taboo for a little bit. And with my grandma, she was kind of always trying to influence me to not play. And then, once we realized, this is something I love doing, and I'm having fun doing it, and I can go play at the next level, then more people started supporting.
He continued to improve, and in 2006 led Palo Alto High to a 32-1 record and an upset of nationally ranked Mater Dei in the Division II state championship game. Despite being named Player of the Year by virtually every California publication, he did not receive a single scholarship offer.
I think a lot of it was me being underdeveloped physically. At that time, I was 170 pounds, and I was just very raw. And then, me being Asian American, I don't know how much that had to do with it, but I'm sure it had something to do with it.
While Harvard does not provide athletic scholarships, Jeremy was offered a chance to play there and accepted. He excelled on the court, despite having to put up with racist taunts like being told to go back to China and being called a chink.
That was just something that got under my skin in the very beginning. And, it was really frustrating, but I just had to learn how to deal with it as time went by, and for me to be able to be more mentally strong and not, get distracted or angered so easily.
Jeremy was twice named first-team All-Ivy League. As the team's leading scorer during his senior season, he led Harvard to its best record ever. Still, he wasn't taken in the 2010 NBA draft. Dallas did sign Jeremy to its Summer League team, and he made the most of his opportunity when he outplayed the overall #1 pick, Kentucky's John Wall.
He's made an impression, hasn't he?
Oh, he's made a great impression.
A lot of people had questions, or I was under the radar, and so people didn't think much. And then after that, the game, it was, I guess it generated more buzz, and people were talking and saying maybe this kid has a chance, and so it definitely helped, and definitely was a catalyst to me getting signed.
His performance against Wall got him contract offers from the Mavericks and Lakers, but he chose to sign with his hometown team, the Golden State Warriors. A devout Christian, Jeremy needed his faith to help him deal with the pressure from the media and the Asian community.
Yeah, I did a pretty bad job with that in the beginning, just because, I didn't realize what it was going to be like. And so I remember being nervous and just feeling overwhelmed for the first few months of the season. And it wasn't until, I was able to remember, like, I'm playing basketball unto the Lord, and obviously I want to represent everything that I'm representing, whether it's Asian Americans, the Bay Area, Harvard, all these different things. But at the end of the day, I have to remember, my calling and my purpose on this earth is to glorify God in what I do, and right now that calling is to play basketball. And so, for me to be able to remember I have to play, for an audience of one, for God, that was liberating for me to be able to kind of lift that burden off of me.
Shot clock at 5. Jeremy jumper. Jeremy Lin off the bench.
How good has he been here in this quarter?
So far, the racist remarks he heard in college have not followed him to the NBA.
That's what I was really shocked about, is I don't think I heard one Asian taunt from an opposing fan or player all year, actually. So I think a lot of other players in the NBA actually went out of their way to say congratulations and different things like that. And so I think the NBA, is kind of like a big family. I think all the guys are friends with each other, and for the most part, and people respect what other people are doing. And so that was really inspiring and really, a nice change of pace for me.
Jeremy's faith was tested when he was sent down to the Warriors Developmental League team in Reno.
Again, that was another blessing in disguise. You know, I remember when I first got sent down, I felt like, you know, the world had ended. I was like, no, don't do that. Don't send me down there. But looking back, it was absolutely necessary. I took 3 trips down there, and that was the best thing that could have happened to me as, in terms of my development as a player my first year in the league.
Playing with a renewed confidence, Jeremy finished the season strong with the Warriors. At 6'3", 200 pounds, he has the size to play point guard in the NBA, but to get more minutes, he'll need to put in some work.
I think defensively, you know, I'm ahead of where I am offensively, so I just work on my, you know, jump shot, decision making, and strength. I think those 3 things are the main things I'm going to focus on in this offseason.
In just one season, Jeremy has been able to break some old stereotypes about Asian Americans being unable to play sports at the professional level. But he knows there will always be doubters.
You know, that's a stereotype that I'm going to have to fight for the rest of my life, but I understand that, and it's something that, you know, I embrace, and, you know, the more I can do to break that stereotype, I'd love to do that.